It is absolutely fantasy football season. I've done thousands of drafts, so is my cohort here, Mr. Buck. We've given each other a mission on the channel today. Let's see if we can fulfill these missions. The mission that I have given Mr. Buck is he is not allowed to draft any player over the age of 28. This is going to test his mettle because I don't know if he knows quite as much about the National Football League as I do. I don't know if he's going to be able to rifle these players off at quite the same degree. Buck, what mission have you given me in this fantasy football draft?
You have to start 4 running backs and 4 wide receivers through the first 8 rounds in any order, no quarterback or tight end until after that. And also you cannot draft a Kansas City Chief.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Not being able to draft a Kansas City Chief is absolutely brutal.
Trying to save you from yourself.
Well, particularly from where I'm drafting, because generally speaking, Xavier Worthy's going to get to pick 45 quite a bit, and Rashee Rice has been falling at this pick 52. I have been drafting Rashee Rice at pick 52 a lot.
That's a good. Even I would do that. Even
Buck St. Thomas would do that. I will happily draft Justin Jefferson here at the 4th pick in this draft. I think that there are 2 ways you can take this. One, I distinctly in my life have said things like, Cooper Kupp, preseason injury, who cares? Christian McCaffrey, his Achilles is tight. He's a veteran. It's just veteran rest, right? But then there's also been Puka Nacua last year. Puka Nacua injury. I'm not well. That worked out. Even with an IR stay, by the way, for Mr. Nacua, that worked out. There's been many examples of this working out. My official party line right now is I am totally comfortable taking Justin Jefferson, and I'm happy that the room is often giving him to me at the 4th pick in fantasy football drafts.
Yeah, I think he's a great pick at 4. I would hesitate to go earlier than that, just for my own personal reasons that you don't share. But I'm up right now, and I'm looking at some young boys. I see them; they're pretty young, and I'm gonna do something a little spicy that I've been doing. I'm pulling up Achane.
All right, give me the mission statement for pulling up Devon Achane.
Well, I just think he's totally mispriced, and all the camp news is supporting it. And the more I think about it, and they get rid of Jonnu, I think Achane and Waddle absorb some Jonnu stuff too. I just think like his pass catching role is going to be insane, and he's probably going to return value on anything from pick 1-9 and after.
So I don't know if you are an acolyte of Sean Siegel over at RotoViz. Basically, in my opinion, the greatest living fantasy football writer. It would be as if, James Joyce decided to play fantasy football, but he wrote a great article on Wednesday, July 30th about Devon Achane as basically the single greatest pick in fantasy football.
Hell yeah.
Well, because basically when you look at historically great fantasy football seasons, what you see is a combination of running backs of rushing expected fantasy points, and then obviously great running backs have to score over expectation. But when they really ascend to the next level, the LaDainian Tomlinsons, the Jamal Charles, the Christian McCaffreys, it absolutely has to come with receiving expected points. Like, we all love Derrick Henry. No one loves Derrick Henry more than Mr. Buck St. Thomas. But
I just
even
had to pass
Derrick
on him
Henry,
because he's 31, by the way. Had to pass on him. Broke my heart.
I know. Even Derrick Henry, as great as Derrick Henry is, has not even come close to approximating any of those, those 24 point per game seasons.
Right.
Because receiving is just free money. This is worst nightmare. I knew this was going to happen when you gave. I absolutely knew this was going to happen, that I was going to have to pass on Brock freaking Bowers.
You do. Yes, you do. Horrible. You have to be responsible for once in your life, Davis Mattek. You have to be responsible.
Oh, just giving up. Truly, Jefferson and Bowers is the greatest start that you can have in fantasy football. That is truly painful.
Yeah, had to do it to him.
I'm going to select Tyreek Hill, who you would not be eligible to select, by the way, because he is
too old. This is brutal. Like, most of my favorite players are over 28. Let's be honest.
Well, your mission already hit because you made me pass on Bowers at 20. Before we even started recording the video, I told Buck, I was like, this is going to be nightmare fuel. I'm going to have to pass on Bowers after ADP. That's exactly what happened. I am wasting one of my fantasy football drafts of this offseason. Yep. Horrible. Not that I dislike taking Tyreek Hill. I think this is a fair price for an aging 31-year-old speed wide receiver. I'm going to slap it up here, and I'm going to follow my rank. Actually, you know what? I'm not. I'm going to approach this more pragmatically. I'm going to take the ADP value here in Josh Jacobs. I was about to take Amarian Hampton. I think that if I only got to do one fantasy football draft, you know, I'm in my home league with my buddies. I have one league. I would absolutely take Amarian Hampton there at pick 28. I expect him to be better over the course of 17 games than Josh Jacobs. I expect him to be far better in the back half of the season, you know, weeks 15, 16, and 17, your fantasy football playoff weeks. I would not surprise me at this stage with the way things are lining up if Hampton outscores Genty in the money weeks in fantasy football, honestly.
Yeah.
But guys, I might get to 2,000 drafts this year cumulatively. And you just simply need to be taking a decent mix of portfolio, and you need to be taking the ADP values, and Josh Jacobs is an ADP value there.
Totally. I would say, though, that Josh Jacobs is always ripe for end of the season 3-touchdown game. But, you know, one man's trash is another man's treasure, and you passed on Omarion, and I'm not going to. Taking him. He's very young.
That's sickening. Josh Jacobs, by the way, you would have been able to take him there. He does not turn 28 until a little bit later in the season. Actually, you know what? Josh Jacobs, because he came out so young, you think he's about 39 years old. Josh Jacobs actually does not turn 28 until next February. So shout out to Josh Jacobs.
Shout out to Josh Jacobs. He looks great. It's true.
You actually have all rookie contract guys, which I imagine is paining you, truly.
It's tough. It's tough when they haven't been paid yet, I have to say.
I think there is another annoying thing that's going to happen to me, which is Jaden Daniels is going to be here at pick 45, way after average draft. I'm feeling that the room is going to be doing this, and there's just nothing that I'm going to be able to. Mike Evans just saved you.
Who took Worthy and Evans? What the hell, man? All right.
You got
shit.
You got sniped there because I knew.
We're going Tet. We're going rookie contract city.
Rookie contract city. I mean, I know in your head, like you're setting out your mental map for this draft, and you're like, wow, I cannot wait to take Mike Evans at pick 40, knowing that you cannot do so because of the mission that I have given you.
I know, and I wanted Worthy. I really thought Worthy was going to fall, man.
No, this is I know exactly what's going to happen here. DJ Moore and George Pickens and Jameson Williams are all going to be sitting there for me, which is totally fine. I'm going to have to
pass on Daniels.
I'm going to have to pass on Jaden Daniels. It's just this is actually sickening. Okay, there we go. All right, so I will happily take Jameson Williams here with this selection. There's almost certainly going to be a running back that I like in the next pick. Kenneth Walker. I don't love Chuba Hubbard, but he's fine.
This is like the Twilight Zone. Look at our teams.
You're slapping it up. Well, you know what? I mean, Jameson Williams is certainly a little bit of a blind.
We share him though. But you've got Olds otherwise.
He's a blind seal play. You know, I mean, there's just
blindest of all seals.
No, Dontavian Wicks.
Albino blind seal.
Dontavian Wicks is the king of the blind seals. I mean, I think we can all we can all agree on that.
And that's even funnier because when he drops it, you know.
When he drops it, yeah, he is unable to secure the ball in between his flippers.
He's mid-slap.
So James Cook goes there. He would have been an option for me. I think just looking at this positionally, there's probably not going to be a running back I like at 76 because they all kind of go now.
Yeah, if KW is there, he's gone.
I'm gonna actually have to pull up a guy that I don't love here. I'm gonna select Chuba Hubbard. This is a problem that I have a little bit in drafts where I tend to correlate guys I don't like, if that makes sense. Like once I'm already in a draft where I've done something I don't normally do, as in passing on Bowers here, my brain sort of short circuits and takes that as an opportunity to diversify, which is actually in no way, shape, or form is that the correct way to do it. You should be literally doing it in the reverse. Like had I started this with Jefferson and Bowers, that should actually make me more likely to take Amarian Hampton as opposed to Josh Jacobs.
Right.
And same deal with Hubbard there. Like I actually probably should have just taken RJ Harvey there at pick 52. Should have just pulled him up to get a different texture of teams. So bit of a tactical error I'm trying to fix.
I've kind of gotten woke to Trevion over RJ, and maybe that's my bias, but man, I don't know. It's tough. And I can't take Kamara, right? I can't take Connor.
You can't take Kamara. You can't take Connor. You can't take.
What about Olave?
Olave's 26, I believe.
Got him. All right.
I'm double checking. Oh, 25. Just turned 25, actually.
Woo.
Chris Olave. You're going to run into this same problem at the next turn, I believe.
Olave feels so old because he's let everyone down every year.
Yeah. You're not going to be able to take your boy Debo at the next turn. Jennings.
He's too old? Debo's 28?
Debo Samuel might almost be 30 because he was a 4-year player. Yeah, Debo is almost 30. So you're not going to be able to take him. You know where this is really going to actually stump you is at quarterback. Quarterbacks are actually way older than you think. Right? Like Purdy is.
He's right.
Brock Purdy.
I can't address that right now though. There's no way.
Purdy's 25, but like you can't take Dak. You can't take Goff. You can't take.
I'll figure it out.
Actually, you know what? You're in better hands. You're in better hands than I thought. There were like just looking at your roster. You can take Penix just barely. You can take Bryce, and you can take Shuck. Although Shuck is dangerously close as a rookie, dangerously close.
Could also take Drake May.
Could also take
Justin
Drake
Herbert.
May.
No, not Justin Herbert.
Herbert is 26, I believe. So you can take him.
27.
You can't take Tua as well. It's more some of the backstop options.
I'll be fine, dude. Don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Worry about yourself. Look at your team, man. You're picking at 6'9", 69. Who are you gonna take? It's got to be a sexy pick.
Man, you know what? I'm gonna take Jordan Addison here with Jefferson and just give myself kind of the monopoly on selecting.
Go all in on uncertainty. Dive into the pool with Davis Mattek.
I actually, honestly, I'm not scared about JJ McCarthy at all.
I know.
I think JJ McCarthy, and look, maybe that'll end up being a truly bad take, but I basically just anticipate him being fine. Crane was mentioning some stuff to me the other day about being a little bit worried about the Vikings PROE. I'm not really concerned about that stuff at all. I expect their defense to regress a little bit from last season because they were so good. Remember, they scored all those defensive touchdowns.
Yeah.
Marco Van Ginkel scored 2 defensive touchdowns, which is just very bizarre. You're not going to count on that stuff happening a lot.
Yeah.
If I can get McCarthy to 550 pass attempts, which feels like a roughly reasonable projection.
Oh man, I don't know.
I think the Viking stuff is going to be fine. I mean, Sam Darnold last season for the Vikings threw 545 times.
Yeah, I don't think McCarthy's going to throw as much. I don't think they want to throw as much.
All right, man. So I got super lucky here. I'm going to select Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah, you got to take another running back next time, too. Oh, no. Dude, you took a Chief.
Oh!
Davis!
Oh, no. I mean,
It's all right. It's all right. You only failed half of it. It's all right. We're used to failure here at the Davis Mattek YouTube channel.
Oh,
you know?
Oh, man. All right. All right, here. If this team advances to the Week 17 final, I will give someone who comments on this video $500 because I failed the mission. So if this gets to the final at Best Ball Mania, I will give back. I will just anyone who comments on this video, you comment. If there are 3 comments, you just picked up. I mean, not that much expected value, but a little bit. Because I failed the mission. Honestly, I was just so on autopilot there. Buck, because Pacheco is just exactly who I want to take there.
He's a great pick, isn't he? He is a great pick.
I wouldn't say a great pick.
You don't think he's a great pick in the 7th round?
I think he is a good pick. He's like he's a 2-down grinder on a team that could tilt more towards the pass.
He does catch some passes, Davis. He does. He started the first 2 games of the season last year before he got injured. He was 1 point per game behind Rashee Rice in both games.
I mean, he did get 5 little dump downs against Cincinnati.
Gets those. He does get those. I think I think you're going to be really happy with that pick ultimately, even though you broke the rules.
Yeah. I mean, I guess in your head, just pretend I took Tony Pollard.
You know what this means? You know what this means? I get to draft one old guy.
No, then you're giving away $500 to someone if this team.
Oh, never mind. Nope. I choose to keep my money.
Yeah. What old would you have even taken here?
I don't know. I didn't have one on the docket.
I don't think there is an obvious.
I just thought it was going to be a fun way for me to bend the rules, but I'm going rookie. What do you think about this team? This team's looking pretty good, Davis. My team.
All right, Tony Pollard, by the way, would have been a mission failure for you. So Buck has Devin Achane, Drake London, Amarian Hampton, Teteroy McMillan, Chris Olave, Trevion Henderson, Matthew Golden, and Jaden Higgins. Very young. A lot of rookie contracts there. I have Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Josh Jacobs, Jameson Williams, Chuba Hubbard, Jordan Addison, and Isaiah Pacheco. If you pretend that is Tony Pollard. Now, this is going to be brutal for me here because Jaden Higgins is who I wanted. Michael Pittman Jr. goes.
You got to take a running back.
No, I don't.
Yeah, 4-4. You got to start 4-4-3.
Oh, my goodness.
Take a running back.
You're right. I'm going to take Jaylen Warren. I executed it. I executed the
Otherwise, you're giving away the whole team.
Otherwise, I'm giving away $1,000. Okay, there we go. The 4-4 start.
Mission's complete, but you can't. No more Chiefs still. You still can't draft any more Chiefs.
I did move Jaylen Warren a titch up my rankings on a couple reasons. First being Liam actually really did kind of talk some sense into me. Not really about Kaleb Johnson, but just like, the fail rate on 3rd round picks just happens all with Trey Benson.
It's true. It's true.
The failure rate on 3rd round running backs is a lot higher than the fantasy football community, particularly late 3rd. Like he was 15 picks away from Trevor Etienne or 20 picks away from Trevor Etienne.
Let me see if I can try and get you back on the Kaleb side a little bit more because
I still have Kaleb above ADP in my rankings.
But think about Kaleb is a bet that I would normally bet against Kaleb, but the surrounding factors are that this team wants to run the shit out of the ball. Kaleb Johnson is the perfect archetype for this kind of Arthur Smith offense, and Jaylen Warren has pretty much proven that he is going to be a bit player at this point. And I've been so high on that guy for the past 3 years. It's
I know
the Warren fatigue. The way Johnson looks out there and just seeing him in space, I just feel like he's definitely gonna have the goal line role unless it's Jonnu. But I just feel like he's a markedly different bet than Trey Benson, than even Blake Corum. I feel like he's a very different bet than those guys.
I mean, I really don't even disagree on that. It's just Rodgers is obviously going to be such a stickler about the pass protection, and Jaylen Warren is going to have a huge leg up on that. And even if Warren is kind of inefficient as a rusher, or maybe even if Tomlin himself would rather play Kaleb Johnson, it could definitely get in that direction.
It's also that one more thing is that the running back class was stacked. So it's kind of an argument of convenience. People are choosing when they want to use that as part of their argument, but it is true that everybody fell a little bit further than they probably would have.
Kyler Murray, by the way, you just snuck that in.
I Googled that one.
He turns 28 on August 7th. So when this video comes out, he will have
that is really close. That is a week away.
It's really close.
It's a week away. What do you think Kyler's doing on his birthday? COD?
Call of Duty, baby.
It's got to be COD all day, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm picking Sexy Gronk, the pick of the draft.
I took Trey Harris at pick 100. You took Tyler Warren at pick 111.
Pick of the draft, people are saying. Sexy Gronk.
I mean, frankly, I think that you should be a little bit worried about Tyler Warren based on I'm fairly certain that Anthony Richardson is going to win that quarterbacking job. And
come on! You just said you were marked safe from Anthony Richardson a month ago.
I've been unmarked safe. I actually it immediately
took the blue pill and the red pill.
Yeah, I actually immediately got marked safe and then immediately changed my mind about that. I'm just going to take JJ McCarthy here because it would be death till to see him randomly get sniped or auto drafted behind me, and there's no real difference here. So I have the Vikings double stack set up.
I'm fine with Richardson. Like if Richardson wins the job, he's going to be the better passer. And if he's not the better passer when he wins the job, he's going to lose the job and it'll be Jones. But you have Anthony Richardson 6'5". I think they're the same height. They can both see over everybody. Warren is like legitimately exactly Gronk's specs. And he's just going to fucking like, this dude is going to surprise everybody. He's going so late. I'm not worried about his quarterback play because he's going so late. If he was going in the 4th round, 5th round, 6th round, I would not be taking him.
I think a rookie tight end playing at least a fraction of his games, half his games, 40% of his games, 60% of his games with a quarterback with a sub 50% completion rate doesn't feel ideal. I mean, I think Tyler Warren is likely a good pick, but I struggle to get to this is the guy you had to have, particularly because Downs and Pittman are such effective target earners.
You mean Alec Pierce?
Alec Pierce is not a target earner. He just plays a lot.
Not according to camp reports, Davis. Don't you read? Come on.
All right. I am going to select on this one. I don't have a tight end yet. Do I want Kraft or do I want Njoku? I guess I don't really have a great second quarterback lined up, so I'm going to take Kraft. Maybe Love falls back to me. Gives me an option between
formulating a plan. This is a sort of a familiar structure for me at this point in the draft. I like leaving myself some running back bullets. I like late wide receivers, probably just as much as these guys. And I'm going to try and flesh out the room here.
This is actually the range of the draft where you can start convincing me of guys going in any order. Like if you told me Austin Eckler was an 11th round pick, I'd be like, yeah, sure. If you told me Jalen Noel, Tank Bigsby, you know, gotta hand Buck his flowers. He did get one thing right this offseason.
True, only one, channel. Not everything
only
else
one.
Also.
No. Mostly everything was incorrect.
Godwin.
I think you ultimately in the end are probably going to be wrong about Chris Godwin. I don't sense a huge amount of concern from the team about Chris Godwin.
Well, I'll take him when now I'll take him. So I think that's the whole point, isn't it? Winning the CLV.
I believe David Njoku is too old for you. Yes, David Njoku is too old for you to select here, which is why I took
plan. I had a second 27-year-old plan.
Man, Justin Herbert, the ultimate if quarterback.
I know, dude.
Every sentence for Justin Herbert begins with if. I would have taken him on this team.
You can't go anywhere in July without walking into somebody telling you Justin Herbert is a Ferrari. You know? You can't.
I frankly love the way that Harbaugh talks about him, because to me it so reads as him challenging Justin Herbert to kind of get it in fifth gear.
Completely
like
agree.
The way in which Harbaugh talks about him, it's this gushing, unbelievable, I what did he say the other day? He said, I wake up every day and try and rise to his level. To me, that so reads as, Justin, please just please wake up and pretend you're Patrick Mahomes. Wake up and pretend you are Lamar Jackson. Kyle Pitts ahead of David Njoku. I think that
that's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
The blind seals are back on Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts, man. I mean, to be honest, 12 is starting to be too expensive, but 14, sure.
14, sure. I am probably going
to select... who I took? Cartavius, aka Carnivorous Bigsby.
I mean, it feels like a guy named Tank should probably be older than he is. When I imagine Tank,
young. He's 23. I know Tank's age.
Yes, I bet you do.
I know everything about Cartavius Bigsby.
I'm just gonna again not get sniped here. I'm gonna take Tua Tagovailoa, which brings my team to a 2-4-5-1 with JJ McCarthy and Tua, Josh Jacobs, Chuba Hubbard, Isaiah Pacheco, Jalen Warren, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Jamison Williams, Jordan Addison, Trey Harris, and Tucker Kraft. Structurally,
so good.
I think I'm probably fine with two quarterbacks here. I might go with 3 tight end direction here. Structurally, what are you thinking with your team?
I go 3 tight end and 3 quarterback every time if I don't auto pick. So that's where I'm headed. 3-5-7-3. That's my North Star.
3 tight ends every time has got to be truly one of the worst strategies that's ever existed. Not to say you should never do it, but tight ends score so few points. It's by the way, I need to.
That's why you need 3. That's the whole point.
That literally is.
I'm not playing God. I'm not saying
gosh.
I know that this guy's not going to miss 2 games, so I only
need
2 tight ends.
All right, here we go. Here's a real boring.
Oh, Isiah Likely, what a good pick.
Isiah Likely is a terrible pick. Isiah Likely at cost has got to be one of the worst picks on the board.
I mean, he's definitely not drawing dead to be a better pick than Josh fucking Palmer, though. Sorry.
So like I said,
Josh Palmer is like the most Romeo Dobbs, fucking like diet Romeo Dobbs.
Oh, he's worse. He's worse.
Yeah,
than
he's
Romeo
diet.
Dobbs,
he's like
sure.
he's fridge diet.
It's not.
He's the fridge diet Coke of Romeo Dobbs.
It's not ideal. I have just been taking Palmer a little bit more in sort of a CYA style move where it's like, I don't know, maybe the guy who runs the most routes, kind of like how Jerry Jeudy just ran into crazy stats last year for the Browns, despite not being any good because he ran all the routes. There's like no alternative to Josh Palmer on the roster. All right, what are you doing?
I mean,
here?
other than Keon Coleman, second year player, highly drafted.
Buck loves the young guys. All right, there you go. You got your young quarterback.
By the way, we talk about all this stuff in Davis's Discord all the time, and if you're not in there and you want to be talking about this stuff, Davis, how do they get in there?
All you got to do is click the little join button. It's right at the little bottom of your screen. Costs $5 a month. It is like a pretty valuable resource if you are a fantasy football sicko. I get that a lot. The guys in my league, guys in my home leagues, they don't get it. They don't even know who Keandre Lambert-Smith is. They don't even know about Jaden Blue. They don't even have strong opinions about Josh Palmer. Everyone,
you got to stay woke. And if you want to yell at me, I'm in there.
Yeah, everyone in the Discord has strong opinions on Josh Palmer, one way or the other. I am having a tough time figuring out what I want to do with the rest of this team at running back. I have all olds. So I need to take 2 rookie running backs. I've started to pull some of the rookie running backs up so I can get multiples of them on the same team, like Taj Brooks and Woody Marks or Brashard Smith or Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. Like I will just start taking them in the 170s just because I want to get them together on the same team.
I had a good list going of late round. There's a lot of late running backs that are viable this year, I think. Truly.
That's why early wide receiver is such a strong strategy, because the late round running backs, they're just infinite options, right?
Yeah, I try to build balance. I try to take early wide receivers every draft. If I do a weird like 2 running back, 1 tight end, like if I take McBride or Josh Allen or even 3 running backs, then I'll get a little weird at wide receiver and just hammer it. But like the first 2 rounds are kind of gold.
I'm taking a guy I don't love here in Jalen McMillan because I have Jordan Addison.
And when you have, he's such a good pick, Davis.
He's not really, because I don't think he's particularly good, but McMillan does fit quite well when you take Rashee Rice, when you take Brandon Ayuk, when you take, maybe even Justin Jefferson, right? Maybe
he's
Justin
also
Jefferson.
Just going to be very involved on what we think is going to be one of the better passing offenses in the league. He's going to be very involved as Godwin ramps back up, and he can play all around the formation. And he has a nose for the end zone. Baker looks for him. He trusts him, and he has got contingent value. They're going to play 3 wide like a lot. We assume they're going to play 3 wide a lot.
Yeah,
and he's cheap as hell. He's in the 14th round, 15th round. He's cheap.
Well, he's not very good, like just really not very efficient.
I don't know. You told me last offseason that he was good in college.
He was okay in college.
He was performative, perhaps. Maybe you were being performative.
You know what? Let's just take Mike Gesicki. I've got a little bit.
There you go.
I've got a little bit too much of Mike Gesicki, but at this point, I am just so levered against the Bengals being what you need in the final weeks that Gesicki being the guy you need would be very funny. He's been on a Best Ball Mania winning team anyway. And if you kind of hit the parlay of him finding a way to run 62% of the routes all season long for the Bengals, like Mike Gesicki is just, he's just Kyle Pitts, but like actually like good. He's a deep threat tight end. which is
but he can also like he's okay in space too. Like he's not like necessarily a high pointer. But he's okay to get it in space and take it the distance too. Like when you remember when Burrow called him out, it's like these are the people we needed to sign.
Yeah, and then he tweeted the graphic of the guy pointing at himself. Very funny.
Yeah, it's honestly like who's their third receiver? Yoshibis, right? So like Gesicki is better.
Gesicki is better. The concerns with him would just be one, they rotate their tight ends so much. They play Sample, they play Eric All,
Tanner Hudson,
McLaughlin, Tanner Hudson. Like they just they have these guys so segmented in their roles, and his production obviously is super reliant upon touchdowns. Like if he just, even like a 55 catch season for Gesicki with 1 touchdown, he's a total loser. But he could. The thing with Gesicki is he could be like a Tunyon style season or a Gary Barnidge style season where he does just run into 8 touchdowns out of nowhere. I never anticipated looking at my fantasy football teams and being like, wow, you have Mike Gesicki on 15% of your fantasy football teams. Like that is crazy. But I do end up with him as a second tight end quite a bit.
We're gonna be fully stacked. 3 stacks here.
Wow, good for you. Michael Wilson, a man.
I'm pretty much nailing this, Davis. This might be one of my better teams. Thank you for this challenge.
I think there's a lesson to be learned from that for you, which is that you should just kind of go into your draft thinking this way in general. Because
totally. Has nothing to do that I was at the 9. Picking out of the 9.
Well, the 9, I mean, you're making a good point, which is that the 9 is quite strong.
Yeah.
I am hoping to get Dallas Cowboys starting running back Miles Sanders here.
Especially when you pull Achane up. I have a lot of, because here's why I'm doing it really is because I think that you may need 2 people from the second round. I feel like the second round is kind of like there's some picks in the second round that are much, much better. And I think Achane is good enough to be a first round pick. I think he probably should be a first round pick.
Look at that. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt goes there at 190. That's how I know
come on.
This guy to the left of me is a little bit of a blind seal because he's drafting Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt on August 2nd.
Well, yeah, you gave him Brock Bowers, didn't you? Yeah, you did.
I gave him Brock Bowers. This
you
guy,
I'm
guessing this guy to the left of me has an unbelievably sick team. He ruined it with Jerry Jeudy, but other than that, he is basically cooking. I'm about to pick it 196 here. I'm not going to take a third quarterback. I'm going to just trust in my evaluation and my thoughts on Mr. McCarthy.
For someone who says drafting is a humility-based exercise, knowing that you need 2 quarterbacks is not very humble.
I am going to select. Here's a humble-based exercise. I think Woody Marks stinks. I think he's one of the worst interior runners I've ever seen. Not that I know a ton about watching football, but I'm going to podium click Mr. Marks here because the news and information on Joe Mixon makes me feel unbelievably squeamish. A 29-year-old running back who has a foot injury that the team, Aaron Wilson, who is like kind of one of the prominent Texans beat writers, stated, like basically he was like, he could be back by week 1. He also could not. And
I'm not picking him.
To me, I mean, there's all like everyone has a price. I took him at 106 yesterday in a draft with one Mr. Chess Liam. But to me, what that sounds like is they really don't think he's going to be ready by week 1. If you think your 29-year-old starting running back might be ready by week 1, to me, that reads as he is not going to be ready by week 1.
I tend to agree with you there. I'm not taking Mixon right now, man. This just feels like the most Dante Foreman-ass team ever. Like I feel like they're going to get one of those
Woody Marks,
absolutely terrible backs to just come in.
They traded a future 3rd-round pick in order to secure the services of one Mr. Jaquavius Woody.
Yeah, didn't the Dolphins do that for Jaylen Wright last year, who is certifiable ass?
I think they just spent.
No, they traded up to go get him.
Round pick on him.
Traded up to go get him because one of my boys was trying to sell me on him like that, and I was like, "You suck."
Well, many such
what
cases.
Am I doing? Oh no!
Calvin Austin, that is the most like I give up. And I
honestly, it is. I was scrolling. I was seeing if there was any bits I could do.
I would rather, who are guys I'd rather take? I'd rather take Deontay Johnson. I'd rather take Isaac
You'd rather take
Tesla.
Deontay Johnson than Calvin Austin.
I might truly, honestly,
This man is sick.
Devon
This man is
Daylight.
sick. Take him right now. If you would take him right now.
No, I'm actually going to take his direct backup. You want to see something?
Yes.
You want to see something? You guys think you've seen a blind seal? How about Harold Fannin Jr.?
Oh, man.
As your third tight end. My final team, JJ McCarthy, Tua Tagovailoa, Josh Jacobs, Chuba Hubbard, Isaiah Pacheco, Jalen Warren, Miles Sanders, Woody Marks, Justin Jefferson, Tyreek Hill, Jamison Williams, Jordan Addison, Trey Harris, Josh Palmer, Jalen McMillan, Tucker Kraft, Mike Gesicki, Harold Fannin Jr. You're gosh darn right. Buck, we both fulfilled our mission loosely. I am going to owe everyone who watches this video, one of them $500 if this team makes the final. You did not draft a player.
You guys got to let him know. Let him know in the comments.
Buck drafted, starting from the 9-hole, Devin Achane, Drake London, Amarian Hampton, Tedoroy McMillan, Chris Olave, Travion Henderson, Matthew Golden, Jaden Higgins, Kyler Murray, Tyler Warren, Justin Herbert, Tank Bigsby, Bryce Young, Jerome Ford, Mason Taylor, Michael Wilson, Jatavian Sanders, and Calvin Austin. No one over the age of 28 on Buck's roster. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you comment so that you can get in on the giveaway, and subscribe to the channel for daily fantasy football videos. See you tomorrow.